Hi everyone, and welcome back to part 2. So in part 1 we were making this sweater. I finished my length. I also finished on a double crochet row. I did mention this in part 1. This is so we can do our front post double crochet and our back post double crochet. So let's carry on. So we're going to start by chaining 2. And we're going to turn our work. So what we're going to do first, we're going to make a back post double crochet into this post. So you've got your chain 1, chain 2 here, and then into this next post here, make a back post double crochet. Into the next, make a front post double crochet. Back post. Front post. And this is all we're going to do for the bottom of our sweater. So we're just going to end up with this pattern here all the way around. So I'm going to finish mine and I will meet you back here when I am ready to join. So I'm ready to join my work. So find your chain 2 and go into the top chain. Chain 1 and cut your yarn. Remember to leave a little bit of a tail so you can sew it in afterwards. So now what we're going to do is finish the collar. So we'll be just making single crochets around here. So I'm going to get my pink. I'm going to make a slip knot. And I have a lot of tails right there. So we need to attach this yarn. So I'm going to attach mine into the back. So just going to attach it into any chain here. I'm just going to go there. I'm going to attach my yarn, put my yarn on my hook, pull through, chain 1, go into that same space and make a single crochet, into the next space, single crochet, single crochet. So we're going to single crochet until we get to our corner. So my corner is roughly around here, so I'm going to keep single crocheting until I reach that. So I'm at roughly where my corner would be, so where we've been making our corner from here to all the way up. So that stitch we're going to skip over, so we won't be putting a single crochet into there. So we skip that stitch and go into the next with a single crochet. So we're going to keep single crocheting until we reach our corner. So if you follow these little holes here, this is where your corner is, so follow it all the way up. And my corner is roughly here, so I'm just going to put a stitch mark on that. And then I'm going to single crochet up to my stitch marker. I'm going to skip over my stitch marker and go into the next stitch, and I will meet you around here. So again, find your corner, mine's roughly this stitch here, crochet, single crochet, so you reach that stitch marker, and then skip the stitch with the stitch marker. So skip over and go into your next available place, and then for the last time you need to find your last. So we're gonna roughly see where our corner is. I'm gonna put mine here, and then I'm gonna keep single crocheting until I reach that stitch marker, skip my stitch marker, go into the next available space, and I will meet you when we're ready to join up. So I'm now ready to join. So I'm going to go into my first single crochet that I made and make a slip stitch and cut my yarn. So our collar should now be done. So it's just pulled it a little bit in, just skipping that stitch there, not much but a little bit. So the next thing we need to do now is the armholes. So I'm only going to show you one of these sleeves. So what we need to do is we may need to do a bit of decreasing, we may not, it's totally up to you. If you want your arm to be a little bit baggy, then no decreasing is required. If you want it a little bit tighter, we're going to do around about 4 rows of decreasing. So right from the off we're going to do a decrease. So I am on my double crochet row with my cream. So I'm just going to go into my chain at the bottom, just there. Going to put my yarn on and I'm going to chain 2. Remembering that the chain 2 casts it as a double crochet. So I'm going to turn my work and then I'm going to make my first decrease. So I'm going to yarn over, I'm going to find a space to go into, so there, I'm going to pull through 2, I'm going to find my next space to go into, I'm going to pull through, and pull through 2, and then pull through the remaining stitches. There's my decrease. If you're doing half double crochets, you're going to go into your stitch, you're going to yarn over, pull through. I'm going to show you without my stitches in so I don't confuse you. So you're going to chain 1, going to yarn over, find your stitch, go through, pull through, you're going to yarn over, go through your next stitch, and then you're going to pull through all of those. So I'm going to show you one more time, so I don't think I said that clear enough. So I'm going to yarn over, go through your stitch, pull through your yarn, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, go through your next available stitch, pull through, you'll have 5 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 5 of those loops. Okay, so I need to do my double crochet. So what I'm going to suggest is, right now it would be handy if you kept a book, a scrap of paper, and you jot down exactly what you do on this sleeve. So on your next sleeve you can just look at your list and either tick it off or whatever, but I am very forgetful sometimes and I like to write everything down. So my sleeve, so I'm going to put number 1, so my first row I'm going to write down that I made 1 decrease. I'm also going to jot down the number of stitches that I get in this row. You don't have to do that, that's just a suggestion. So I've done my decrease. I'm going to go, I've got my stitches now, so I'm going to make double crochets. Oops. So I'm going to make double crochets all the way around. And then when I get back here, I'm gonna go into my chain 2, join, and then I'm gonna change my yarn, and I will meet you back there when I've changed my yarn. So I've just changed my yarn, and I'm on a half double crochet row. So I'm gonna chain 1, and turn my work. So now I need to make a decrease with the half double crochet. So as I showed you before, and then we're going to put a half double crochet into every stitch after that. So before I forget, I'm going to write 1 decrease, and that's going to equal 32 stitches. So we're going to half double crochet all the way around, and I will see you when I get to the end. I'm going to show you one more row, and then just leave you to do it after that. So I'm now on the double crochet row, so chain 2 and turn your work. So I'm going to do another decrease here, and I'm going to just double crochet into every stitch afterwards. So I'm going to show you some measurements now and show you how the sleeve's coming on. So I said 4 rows of double decreasing, so we've done 3 already, 1, 2 and 3. We've got 1 more row to do of decreasing, and then no decreasing after that 4th row. So now I'm going to show you some measurements. Okay, so sleeve length. So here's sleeve length right here. So I'm doing 6 to 9, so mine is going to end up at 17.5 centimeters. But we have, one moment, we have a bit of border. So we've got front post and back post double crochets for the cuff on here. So I'm just going to measure that. So that measures at 2.5 centimeters. So we need to account for 2.5 centimeters. So mine then is going to be 15 centimeters. So my sleeves are going to be 15 centimeters. And then what you're going to do at the end of the sleeve is exactly what you did for the waist. You're going to finish on a double crochet row, then you're going to chain 2, turn your work and start making front post and back post double crochets. You're then going to find your chain 2 at the end, slip stitch into the top chain, cut off your work, and then you're going to do exactly the same as what you did on this sleeve for the next sleeve. So I hope that's okay. I hope I've explained that okay. So if you would like to take your measurement for your sleeve minus 2.5 centimeters for your cuff. So the next time I'm going to see you is when I have my 2 sleeves done. I'm also going to take the opportunity to sew in my tails, because there is quite a lot of them on the inside. I have quite a lot of tails, so I will see you now when my jumper is complete. So I've just finished my sleeves and my sweater, so they're all done. I did the cuffs too, so the cuffs are done as well. That was back post, front post, just reminding you. I've sewn in my tails, and this is the finished jumper. So I hope you've enjoyed making this with me and hopefully found it useful. So please don't forget to subscribe and like, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.